Hello chaps, it's Brush and Quill here, coming at you with a video about my Dropzone commander resistance army. Basically, I was in the, or taking advantage, of the bank holiday here in the UK to tidy up my cabinet, my glass cabinet, because it was very cluttered, very cramped, with my Black Templars going in there, and I sort of looked at some of the stuff. I was like, why is that in the cabinet? That shouldn't be in the cabinet. It's not a display piece. It's a wargaming piece. It needs to be in a case so I can just grab it and take it to my mates when we want to do a game or whatever. And some of that was all of my new additions to my resistance force. So I thought I'd take the advantage of taking it out of the cabinet to put it in a case to basically show you guys how the force is looking now, expanded over the last 6 to 8 months from the original starter set, and just discuss a few things that are going to be happening with it going forward. So I was trying to divide it into different sort of sectors so you can look at different bits, and it's going to involve a bit of moving the camera because as you can see there's quite a lot of it, so bear with me. I'm just going to pause and slide to the right. There we go. I thought I'd zoom in as well. So this is sort of the infantry bit, and there's should be an extra base of infantry just here, but it vanished years ago and I had no idea where it went. It's just one of those things where it just fell into a black hole. So there's theoretically 12 bases of infantry. 12, sorry, can't do maths today. They're all just basically rebel fighters. They've got the futuristic version of an AK and a RPG. These are a mix of figures, so we've got some TT combat in there. We've got some Pendraken, World War II, more World War II, more World War II. But I'm not too happy with them because, as you can see, like this guy here and this guy here beside him are like almost 2 different scales, although they're both 10mm. So I've actually bought some 6mm figures from Vanguard, who've done some of the miniatures in this army, and I'm going to basically replace all my infantry with those 6mm figures because they're all the same size. Some of my tank crews are also 6mm, so they'll fit in with them and give me just a more coherent looking force. I can still paint them up to the raggedy, but as the history of this army is that they're part of a rebel army called the Northern Defence Alliance, the NDA, then basically a defeated army in retreat, then I think it's I think they'll fit in better to have a more militaristic looking army, and they sort of represent a bit better. But just sort of moving on from that up, sorry, excuse the shaky cam. Up here are their 2 transports, 2 Lifthawk transports with their bases. This one here is a subway from Blots, which I've tried to paint the steps to look like they're going down. And here is a AA position. Just sort of like, just to do that. The reason I did that, and you'll notice it's on the other 2 bases, is so I can tell what's in each one without having to do anything complicated. These 2 I know are infantry ones because they've got infantry based bases. And then again, excuse the shaky camera, up here are my 3 basically scud launchers. I'm not sure how they got on the roof, but they did. And yeah, they are miniatures from Vanguard, and the missiles are from TT. They're the official Dropzone Commander missiles. And then, if you bear with me, I'll pause and slide to the left. So in the middle here is my sort of AA detachment. just these are basically just the anti-aircraft stuff. So we've got 3 of the newer Hawk War Games AA vehicles. So these are sort of like little armoured Humvee type truck things, which I've added some bits onto. This bit here. That's one of the 6mm figures I was talking about. He's got some binoculars, so he's just there spotting for the truck. I love how big the truck looks next to him. But so these ones are the more military type ones. So I've given them all the same gun. They've all got railgun style anti-aircraft there. And then next to them were the original batch of trucks for AA by Hawk War Games. So I'm completely messing this up. So because I bought 2 starter packs, you got 2 of these, and 2 of another truck. And what I did was I put 2 of the quad guns on the back of this one, and this type of gun on this one, just to say like that's what those AA vehicles look like, and in the force, and obviously that's that's what they went with. I'm trying to think. Sorry, brain not working there. Like there's different AA vehicles in all sorts of military forces, and they've both got these. I think it's Kraken hovercraft here, which are taking them in. Of course, everything's designed to look a bit battered and bashed up, and then beside them is the sort of Mad Max element type stuff. These are just basically like taken civilian vehicles. They've thrown machine guns on the back to use as anti-aircraft, and they can deploy via this, which is a breaching drill. As you can see, sort of looks like it's smashed through the ground. Anybody that gets the number 4 reference, give yourself a lollipop. And so that's sort of them. That's the civilian stuff. And then if I just turn slightly, maybe I can slide over. Oh, there we go. Here is my armoured area. This is the bit that's probably got the most love recently, just because armour is easy to do. So I'm going to have to go shaky cam, I'm afraid. So we've got, first of all, the 2 Lift Hawk transports here. I need to get some more of those to carry all of this. But as you can see on their bases, they've got tanks to denote that these are tank carrying ones. Again, anybody recognises the symbol there, give yourself a lollipop. We'll go up there in a second. You've got the 2 Cromwells from Victrix there that I converted to be the Hannibal pattern tanks. And then beside them are the official Hannibal tanks. These are from the starter set. And then here are 2 super heavy tanks of a certain design, which from Vanguard Miniatures. No, these are from Scourge Scenics. Sorry, from Scourge Scenics. That I painted up to represent the 2 super heavy tanks in the Resistance Force. The one on the right having a converted turret to have the quad machine guns on there to represent the miniguns, the ones in the actual game have. Let's move the tripod. And then down here you've got the 2 siege tanks, which you saw me building for the heavy armour, heavy guns conversion group build, which if you didn't see that, go back and watch it. It was put on by 2 fabulous people, Marcus at Scale Model Bench and Jorma Modelbau, Joachim. So that was those 2. Over here are 3 more Vanguard Hawk mashups. These are heavy flamer tanks, as you can tell by the massive flame gun on the top. They're meant to go on the backs of these. I thought it just looked stupid, so I built them as tanks instead, because the rule for vehicles is the same now, so it doesn't matter. Down the front here are some more Vanguard vehicles. These are scout buggies, which I just used as the scout ATVs in the game. It looks like they've got a single person in them, so that's fine. This is the Alternative Armies flyer that's used for... I use it to carry in one of the super heavies because it is so much bigger than the actual lift hawks. You can see the difference in size there. But yeah, so it's got some TT combat bits on it, the missile pods and the quad machine guns, just to make it got all the bits that it's meant to in the rules. Here is my commander vehicle, or it used to be. I don't know if it still is, but that used to carry a special character and carry a squad of commandos in it. So that's him, and he has a bodyguard of 2 helicopters there, armed up in typical Apache pattern. I couldn't help myself, even though they're futuristic. I had to give them the missile pods and everything on the wings. There is another helicopter here, which is the Dragon one, which has the alternate wing option of massive cannons. I need to buy a second one of those to build that up. A full squad. On the wrong bit of the table there. And lastly, up here is a Games Workshop Aeronauticus Marauder bomber. I couldn't help myself. I love these too much to not have one in my army. So that's that. So over, if I zoom out enough, there you go, that's the force so far. There are bits to add to it, as I said. I'll put this down there. So the infantry are going to be changed over, so I need to get some bases to do that. There is another helicopter needs to be purchased to do that, which I may do as part of the BG Model Workshop Whirlybird Challenge, which if you haven't seen it, go over check that out. It's Brian at BG Model Workshop. I need to buy some more drop ships. This is Dropzone Commander after all. You need drop ships to bring your troops in and dump them down. I've bought another hovercraft, but I think it's a bit small, so I'll probably have to do some conversion work to widen it. It's based on the design of the GW1 again, but at a smaller scale. And then there's always bits and pieces I want to buy to add to this, just to make it look bigger and imposing, and basically do it. I suppose a lot more infantry will need to be purchased as well to capture points and hold on to them, especially as the resistance infantry is not the best. I do have a box of saboteurs somewhere who are very powerful in the game with unlimited range explosives, which if you know how the game plays you'll realise how powerful that is. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys are having a good one. I hope you enjoyed this. I did make you too seasick with the moving of the camera. Otherwise, I will see you. I'm going to film a May marine update, or I would have filmed a marine update. I'm not going to put this out until June. So check that out, and have a good one, guys.